thank the frontline defender for providing this space for me to share this testimony. I have 4 minutes. I choose to also devote 1 minute for my friend that was assassinated after we stayed together 3 hours after. I am Reverend David Ugolor, the Executive Director of African Network of Environment and Economic Justice, an NGO based in Benin City, Edo State. On July 27, 2012, I was arrested by the Nigerian police and falsely accused of being the mastermind of the assassination of Comrade Olaitan Oyerinde, the principal private secretary of the Edo State Governor, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, who until his gruesome murder was a close family friend. Comrade Olaitan Oyerinde was a senior staff of the Nigerian Labour Congress before he joined the government of Edo State. We had a very good working relationship. On May 4, 2012, when he was assassinated, I was the first family friend that was contacted by the wife, and in company of his wife, rushed to the house, which was about 5 minutes drive from mine. I met him in a pool of blood after several gunshots were fired at him by some gunmen. With the assistance of some of his immediate family members, I carried him into my Healers pickup, drove down very early hours of the day to the government central hospital in Benin City. Unfortunately, before the doctors and nurses on duty could respond, he passed away. And we started crying and later returned to Olaitan's house to pick up his family and children to my house for safety and succor. Following the presence of Edo State Government, President Ugolor ordered the Inspector General of Police to commence investigation on those behind the killing of Comrade Olaitan Oyerinde. The police investigating team led by Deputy Inspector General of Police. The police invited me for interrogation. On the 27th July 2012, a team of heavily armed policemen invaded the premise of the International Secretariat of ANED, holding staffs and visitors hostage for more than 3 hours. The police officers who had invited me to State Police Command also brought me to my office in handcuff and also took me in cuffs to my house where they ransacked my apartment. I was kept at 3 different human detention facilities in the country for a period of 41 days. July 27, September 11, 2012, in clear disobedience of court of competent jurisdiction ruling, which ordered my immediate and unconditional release. I had to resort to another court process to secure my release from prison custody after I was granted bail by the High Court in Benin City in Edo State. Expectedly, civil society activists from all over the country who could attest to my character took to the street to condemn my unwarranted arrest. A huge campaign calling for my release was launched by my office, working in cooperation with human rights groups, faith-based groups, both at home and abroad, as well as media street protests for my release, continued for as long as I was held by the police in flagrant violation of my fundamental human rights. Interestingly, for 4 days after my arrest, the Department of State Security Service of the Federal Government of Nigeria paraded 6 suspects different from the 4 police suspects who gave graphic detail of how they plotted and had the killing of Comrade Olaitan Oyerinde. It will be significant to know that when the DSS paraded their suspect before the media and the public, they were specifically asked if they knew David Ugolor or any reverend in Benin, or they responded negatively. That drama changed the whole story around my wicked framework by the Nigerian police. In a callous desperation to stand truth on his head, the Nigerian police claimed that one of the suspects in their custody, Garba Ahmad Samari, alleged that one David had promised his gang of 4 total 20 million naira, which is about 80,000 pounds, and that the said David paid them only 200,000 naira, which is 800 pounds. It was on the strength of this trumped-up allegation that I was arrested and detained under grueling conditions. When 9 other suspects and I were eventually charged to the magistrate court in Benin City, on the 31st of August 2012, the presiding magistrate remanded all the suspects, including me, at Oko prison in the Edo State capital. On our way to the prisons, and even at the prison, Garba Masaramare, the purported accusers, and 2 other, Daniba Musa and Muritala Osman, confessed to me that they were tortured by the Nigerian police officer to deliberately implicate and point at me. They told me that my photograph was brought to them to study 2 weeks before my arrest. Before then, the police had invited me to confess what I did not do. During the detention, I was kept in police prison without toilet. I had to defecate and urinate in the bucket that was empty at the behest of the police all the day, and the process contacted the skin before my release. First, let me thank you all. This is the experience I had in Nigeria, and I want to say that I was released based on the fact that God was on my side and the people of Nigeria was on my side, and that's why I said that one of the legitimacy of the work we do is what will save you when you are eventually at risk. And that's what actually saved me. And I want to appeal to you to join me